It was just like any other day, and I had just congratulated Benny on his cell phone and jewelry insurance sales for the previous month. He looked so proud of himself. You see, it's a rule that all customers purchasing cell phones or jewelry must be offered insurance. But as additional encouragement, staff earn an incentive on both cell phone and jewelry insurance sales. Benny was doing phenomenally well, although I do suspect he's motivated by something more than just turnover. Just then, Cindy Siwe walked in with her family. We hadn't seen her for a while, but she explained that she was about to celebrate her 15th wedding anniversary and her husband was going to buy her some new jewelry in celebration. He had 7,000 rand to spend, she said, and she in turn was going to buy him a new cell phone. But his limit was 2,000 rand. Sorry for him. So Benny proceeded to help Cindy Siwe select something nice, and I assisted her husband with the phone. Benny then processed the transaction, and since Cindy Siwe had an account, he correctly offered insurance on both the items, reminding Cindy Siwe that she had 30 days from purchase date in which to decide whether she would like insurance cover. If she was a cash customer, he could only have offered her insurance on the jewelry item. He explained that she would be covered on jewelry and cell phones for theft, loss, or damage, including water damage on the cell phone. He explained that the cell phone insurance was available for selected cell phone service providers, as indicated on the screen now, and that it was only for handsets and not any other mobile devices. Cindy Siwe asked Benny what he thought she should do, but he was quick to point out that he was not allowed to give any advice at all, as TFG was not licensed to do so. He could provide her with factual information about the benefits of the product. However, she would need to decide on her own. Now we are going to take a break from the story, and as a brief recap, have a look at the following image and identify which two features you think are missing. You will have 15 seconds, starting now. Did you manage to get them all? Not to worry if you didn't, as you will also find them on your quick access cards that have been given to you for reference and for you to study. Now, after all that, Cindy Siwe looked very keen, but she clearly wanted to know the costs. Benny explained that for jewelry insurance, for 12 months cover, she would pay 10% of the original selling price of the jewelry item, and for 24 months, she would pay 20% of the original selling price of the jewelry item, which is the price at the time she bought the piece of jewelry, including VAT and before any markdowns. It could be paid in cash as a once-off amount upfront or on account over 6 to 12 months. For the cell phone insurance, he referred her to the cell phone brochure as the cost for insurance was based on the cost of the cell phone. Sadly, she declined the insurance, but not before asking for her rewards vouchers, which Benny duly handed over. I suspected she might return quite soon, although what happened next certainly surprised me. No sooner had her family left the shop than a petty thief approached them and demanded they hand over their valuables. Clearly he had been watching them, but Cindy Siwe was not having any of it. Screaming loudly, she whacked him on the head with her bag in time for security to nab him and take him away. She marched straight back to us and, although a little shaken, reminded us of her 30-day window period and would we please process her insurance application. Jewelry insurance is a TFG insurance product and processing the sale is quite simple. There's no paperwork to be filled in as it is automated at point of sale. When Benny rings up the jewelry item, a pop-up box appears on the screen asking if the customer would like jewelry insurance, so Benny had very little problem processing it. Cell phone insurance is also a TFG insurance product. However, it is administered by Finrite. It is not currently automated at point of sale, and so Benny referred to his quick access cards for the steps on how to process it. I reminded him to pay attention to the "you won't be insured" steps, which are a few critical things without which Cindy Siwe could end up not being insured. He responded with his standard, "You won't be insured unless you tell the customer to check that the insurance installment reflects on their monthly TFG account statement. Should it not appear, they will not have insurance. Write the name of the user of the cell phone in the space provided on the policy schedule and explain that only that person will be covered by this insurance. Write your name and surname on the cell phone insurance policy schedule before you fax or email to Finrite, so that you can receive the incentive for selling the insurance. Fax or email the top copy of the policy schedule to Finrite along with the CPD. It's all about ensuring that there is actual cover and that the right person is covered. You write the cell phone user's name, you send the top copy to Finrite, and the customer checks the statement just in case. What could be easier? Well, it was just left for Benny to explain to Cindy Siwe that should she have a claim at any point, she must report it within 48 hours to the police, and for her cell phone to her service provider, and lodge her claim within 30 days of the incident. For cell phone insurance, she can lodge her claim at any TFG store, but to save her time, she should call customer services first and confirm what documents she needs to bring in, such as a SAPS case number, the ITC blacklisting reference number, the sworn affidavit explaining the circumstances of the theft or loss, the CPD pickup document, and the customer's TFG store card. For jewellery insurance, if the item was bought at ASJ or Stearns, the claim has to be lodged there. But to save her time, she should call customer services first and confirm what documents she needs to bring in, such as a SAPS case number, the sworn affidavit explaining the circumstances of the theft or loss, and the customer's TFG store card. Cindy Siwe was looking very overwhelmed and told Benny that he was giving her too much information for one day, but in the unlikely event of a claim, she would call the customer service desk immediately. Truth be told, we have seen Cindy Siwe a few times since then. Water damage, a lost ring, and a lost cell phone. I wonder what's next. Benny, of course, is still very starry-eyed, and I regularly find him staring into the jewellery cabinet. Maybe it really is time for a wedding. Come on already, Benny. Now we're going to end with a quiz to test what you've learned so far. Don't stress if you don't get everything correct, but if you feel you need to, you can always go through this PRESENTIT again. On which handsets is insurance offered? Insurance is offered on handsets supplied by the companies on screen now. Can TFG store staff offer insurance advice? No, they cannot offer advice as TFG is not licensed to do so. Do customers have to take insurance immediately? No, they do not. They have 30 days from purchase date in which to purchase it. What does cell phone and jewellery insurance cover? It covers theft, loss, or damage, including water damage on the cell phone. What are the 4 things that this picture reminds you to do when processing a cell phone insurance application? Tell the customer to check the installment on their statement. Write the name of the user of the cell phone on the insurance policy schedule. Send the top copy to Finrite. Write your name on the insurance policy schedule. What are the 2 key things to tell the customer about making a claim? Report to the police in 48 hours of the incident occurring and to the service provider for cell phone insurance, and the claim must be lodged with TFG within 30 days of the incident occurring. How much does jewellery insurance cost? For 12 months, 10% of the original selling price of the jewellery item, and for 24 months, 20% of the original selling price of the jewellery item. Congratulations and good luck on your jewellery and cell phone insurance sales.